What's going on, everyone? Thanks for jumping on 12news.com, the 12 News YouTube channel, all the social media channels. Cameron Cox, executive producer Jason Brooksby joining us here. We are getting ready for another Beat LA night in the Valley, and I think we're all still kind of shocked at what this D-backs team is doing, but it's been incredibly impressive to watch. If you are not on the bandwagon, it's probably time to get on, right, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at all the stats in the playoffs, you can look at all the historic numbers in Game 1, but the only thing you need to know, it's record heat in the Valley, so that heat went straight to LA. That's all you need to know. They brought the heat. We saw the result.
Yeah, you know what? I've said this before. We do two things really well in this Valley. We throw parties well. We know how to throw a party. We also know how to beat LA. And at our core, that's what it's about. And it's really cool to see the D-backs rise to the occasion. Part of me is still, and I keep using words like flabbergasted, that this team has been able to do it. But when you think about the big picture, I was thinking about this morning driving in. They have been in playoff mode for like the last 2 months. They started out this very hot team, and all of a sudden you were like, this young squad is overperforming, right? They can't keep the pace. Well, they couldn't. July was awful. Put them back a long ways, and to the point where I thought the season was over in August. And thank you for all those fans out there that remind me of that tweet where I said the season was over. Yes, I know, bad take. It is what it is. But since that point in August, this team has been in playoff mode. And they have been the hottest team in baseball since then. To get back in, to do what they did against the Brewers, to shell shock the Dodgers in Game 1 where the game was over 15 pitches into the ball game. If I were other teams, and if I'm the Dodgers right now, I'm looking at the D-backs like they're the favorites. And that's what's been cool to see.
Yeah, well, I got here in August. And so one of my goals here was, I had a couple of goals, was to have 12 News Sports be the #1 sports department in the Valley.
Thank you for that.
And then second was to get the Diamondbacks in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So got Diamondbacks playoffs, and I think we're on our way with you, Lena, and Luke.
Yeah.
Great sports department. It's excellent to be here.
Our news director is right over there, Ivan Hernandez. You hear that? We did good.
We're doing it. And so it's interesting because they did have to win to get in.
Yeah.
And so they got hot. They would get cold. They would get hot, and then they lost their last 4 going in.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what they were going to be.
All of us looked at each other like, there's
Who
no
are
way
they?
This team, yeah, exactly. Who are they? What can they do? No way this team is going to back into the postseason and do something. People were questioning the celebration, and I've always been under the taking, especially in baseball, like celebrate everything. Like it's a long season, 162 games. It's hard to stay up for all those games and just kind of be competitive. I mean, truthfully, it's just such a long season. And so, but people are wondering, backing into the playoffs worries people. Do they celebrate after a loss? And that wild card round worries people. But to get here, to get to this point, just shows you, man, this team believes. This team is dangerous, and man, it's been really impressive to watch.
Now, if this, speaking of celebrations, if this does go 5 games and have to go Saturday back to LA, which we don't want to go back to LA, we can get to predictions later. I know this is a preview going to Game 2, but we can kind of look to see how this is. I've got a thought about a celebration. If it goes to Game 5, we can get to it later. I'll hold it for now. I'll hold it.
Jump in the ocean?
We can wrap with it.
Got it. Maybe we can build a pool outside of LA. All right, let's do Game 2 here real quick. Game 1, we all know what happened. D-backs just got to Kershaw earlier. Jason, real quick, before we get to Game 2, that stat you had about first pitches and Clayton Kershaw was right on the money. Torrey hinted at that scouting report yesterday when he was speaking with the media the day after the game. The approach, he wouldn't go there that far.
They don't want to give it away. They don't want to give it away, their approach.
But the book is out when it came to Clayton Kershaw.
The book was out to get him early. Phenomenal career, 16 years. At this point, Kershaw does not want to go 0-1, or excuse me, 1-0 in a count. He needs that first pitch strike. They were ready. First pitch, they were dug in. They were ready to swing early. First pitch, go get him.
Yeah. Game 2, pitching matchup, Zach Gallen, Bobby Miller. Who you got?
Yeah, so I told Coach Torrey to channel his inner Joe Torre. All right? It's playoff baseball. Joe Torre, legendary run with the Yankees, right? So I want Zach Gallen to channel his inner. He reminds me of Tim Hudson back when the A's had Hudson, Mulder, and Zito. Gallen will never miss up. He always keeps the ball low and down. Watch how many strikes and strikeouts he gets, guys swinging at pitches low and away. He will not miss up. If he does, that's where he'll get hurt and make a mistake. But just watching the game, how he keeps things down and in, down and away. Then he gets 2 strikes on the guys. They've got to chase at something in the dirt. That's the key to his success. Miller, it's crazy. We go from a 16-year Hall of Famer in Kershaw to a rookie.
Yeah. Who's done pretty well this year.
Yeah.
11-4 on the year, 3.76 ERA. I mean, Gallen, 17-19, mid-3 ERA too as well.
Absolutely.
So both guys, a lot of success this year.
And this is a big kid.
Yeah.
6'5" for the Dodgers. Going to be bringing some heat. But here's where we're going to see where it starts to unravel for Miller.
Sure.
Looking for the 4th and 5th inning. That's
the second
second time round.
Sure.
That's where his ERA starts to explode, and it does in the 5th inning this year. So watch for the 4th and 5th inning. He's gone through the lineup, second time around. Now here comes the 3rd time round to the top of the order. I don't see him getting past the 5th inning. And then the Dodgers, again, the pitching is going to let him down.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So, of course, Miller faced the D-backs twice this year. Once on October 9th, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 4 Ks, so a good outing on, August 9th. And then once on August 26th, he went 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. So the D-backs have shown the ability to get to him. Moreno was 2 for 3 that second time around. Perdomo got some hits. Alec Thomas hit him. Gurriel hit him. So they saw him the first time, nothing happened. They saw him the second time, made adjustments and got to him. We'll see what the 3rd time brings to him.
That's going to happen tonight.
Yeah. Also, another stat I saw this morning, Corbin Carroll. We've run out of, and it's kind of cliche to say, but we've run out of great things to say about him. He's been so phenomenal to watch through 3 postseason games, 500 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 runs, 3 multi-home run games, or 3 multi-hit games, I should say. I mean, the kid is as good as advertised, right?
Yeah, I love him. A guy that just brings it to every aspect of the game. Gets on base, wreaks havoc on the bases with his speed.
You can tell the pressure.
Scores runs. So has some pop in his bat. Obviously the 25 home runs, and he's crushing it in the postseason too. So it's not just, singles, it's doubles, it's home runs, it's RBIs. He does it all. Yeah. And then in the field, he tracks down everything too. So gotta love what he brings. And he's at the top of that lineup. I know they put him at number 2, but usually is number 1. So top of that lineup, he sets the stage.
He sets the stage. All right, here we go. How important is tonight? Game 2 of the NLDS. Teams that go up 0-2 in a best-of-5 series that won the first 2 games on the road are 29-3 in the series. You go 2-0 on the road in a best-of-5 series, 90+% chance that you're going to win that series. It'll be unbelievable to see if the D-backs could get it done tonight.
Yeah, and you would think that Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts are going to make a little bit of noise tonight.
Sure. That Dodger lineup is
2 games in a row, so there's got to be some noise there.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys over the course of the year, they're 2 MVP candidates. I mean, a combined total just between the 2 of them, well over 300, over 400 hits, nearly 70 home runs, over 200 RBIs, 100 doubles. They scored over 250 runs combined together. The 2 of them are a machine. So you got to figure something comes from them in this.
Sure.
Just keep it down, take care of our side on the offense.
Sure.
But there may be some noise from those 2 tonight. That is who Gallen's got to get through, is those 2 guys.
Yeah, and Torey Lovullo talked about that yesterday, Jason. It's just like, hey, man, they're the Dodgers. We know they're the Dodgers. They're a good team. They've earned every bit of it. They're not just going to walk out there and expect to see another blowout like, they saw the other day. It's just not going to happen. I did like kind of the attitude that Torey and both Zach Gallen kind of stood up on the podium and talked about. Torey trying to stay as humble as he can without dropping those F-bombs from his post-game speech. Basically said this team's got a chip on their shoulder. And, he heard all the talk after the playoffs, after the wild card, everybody made the playoffs. People were talking about reseeding, so teams could beat up on the lonely Diamondbacks. I keep calling them, they were the little team that was just saying, I think they can. And teams thought that everybody could beat up on the Diamondbacks. Well, they've shown otherwise. Zach Gallen put it as, hey, we're playing with house money. And I love that attitude because that's a dangerous team. And they, man.
I think that a moment that, as far as has really maybe set the tone for the playoffs, because we didn't know what they were going in.
Yeah.
They lost the 4 going in. And then they had to, then they kind of backed in, they had their celebration,
Sure.
right? Or they didn't know how to celebrate. Maybe young team, right? We keep saying they're a young team. I think the night they clinched, they all went into the locker room, really not knowing, are we going to celebrate?
Sure.
We just lost.
Yeah.
Should we be happy? And I think when Coach Torrey, Joe Torrey, when our Coach Torrey stood up in the locker room, and he just said, you know, don't judge me, let's party. They let it out.
Yeah.
I think they really loosened up when their manager stood up in front of them and said, let's party. And I think it just really let them go, hey, yeah, let's go in this and let's go get it.
Yeah. And you know what's even cooler about that? Back in 2017, he did something similar, dropping all kinds of F-bombs. We're the best effing team, and did it again. But you kind of, since then, this team has believed since that moment. See their manager kind of back them like that. They took it to Milwaukee. They're taking it to the Dodgers. As we wrap this up, predictions for tonight.
Okay, prediction, pain. So I had to educate Luke on this a little bit.
Yeah.
This goes, anytime I hear someone say prediction, I say pain. That goes back to Rocky 3 when Clubber Lang, Mr. T, was asked prediction when he's going to fight the Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa. He said pain, all right? So it's just an immediate reaction to say pain. I think the D-backs are going to take care of it in game 4 here. Give the Dodgers 1, game 4 here.
Yeah.
So that's, are we jumping to the series or just to tonight's game?
Just to tonight's game.
Okay. I think Zach Gallen gets tonight's game.
I do too.
And then looking ahead, I know you've already said you are not, if for some reason the Dodgers think they're going to win tonight and then win 2 here, what you said you will not allow something.
I will not. I'm not going to allow him to celebrate the pool. You know, Derek Hall, we're going to talk to him tomorrow, or not tomorrow. We're talking to him Wednesday out there on Game 3 live on 12 News. He made some comments that the Dodgers have earned the right to celebrate whoever they wanted. We all remember that scene in 2013 when they won the division and ran out to the pool and jumped in the pool. Derek, you know what I think of you, buddy, but I'm telling you right now, that team ain't celebrating that pool.
No.
I don't care what it is. And now,
and I think Randy Johnson should join you.
Randy
stands out there with like a bucket of baseballs, and he loosens up his arm, his left arm, and says, come on.
Myself, Gonzo, anybody else. If it comes to that, fans preference that too as well. I put that on social media. It's like, hey, I'll stand guard. And a lot of people shot me back with messages, hey, if the Dodgers get that chance, that if has gone down to
right. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And that's how we sound confident, folks. And the reason is because that's just how big Game 1 was. Romero Kelly to get that first win over the Dodgers was huge. For them to dominate them like that is huge. This series is now anybody's race. With the D-backs, and this is the reality of it, having all that momentum moving forward. A young team with a good mix of vets who believes the rotation is working out just the way they want it to. Gallen and Kelly, if it goes 5, could each get 2 starts in this thing. It's setting up perfectly for what they wanted to do. I thought that break hurt the Dodgers a little bit. Baseball might have to relook at how they do the playoffs. They came out flat. They're not going to come out flat today. D-backs are going to have to earn it. But this team is a team that's ready to shock some people. They're doing it, and they have another chance to do it tonight.
So there will not be a Dodger pool party here in Arizona.
Regardless of what happens.
If, for some reason, the series goes back to L.A., D-backs will win in 5.
Sure.
And then speaking of pool parties, pool party in L.A. at the Kardashians. Can be Kim's, Khloe's, or Kourtney's. Pool party. Pick a Kardashian. Pool party at the Kardashians.
Pool party at the Kardashians.
Saturday night. Perfect.
Yeah. Hosted by Corbin Carroll.
There you go.
Diamondbacks. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.